If you're watching this after the fact in clip format and you're new to the channel, thank you so much for checking it out. Reminder, we do these roundtable discussions every Sunday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Throughout the off season, we only do one a month, but once the ball season starts back up, it will be every single Sunday. So let us know if you're enjoying this, and let's continue with the talk then.
Joel, for your mental health, I'm praying Jordan Groshans doesn't win Rookie of the Year.
Okay, one point here, and then
real
Joel,
issue is
go ahead.
Coming down to look at Devers. Boston is absolutely insane with all the moves that they made, and you're like, oh, they've lost everybody, but at least teams out there are San Diego signing long-term players, Seattle long-term deals for young players.
Wait, I want to hear your comparison to the Red Sox. I want to hear you defend the Red Sox this offseason, please.
Oh, all of their moves are ridiculous, but they slightly redeemed themselves in saying, at least we're going to be able to pay $300 million for a player to say, hey, we're going to do that. Okay.
Yeah,
the
but
moves that
they're going to have 65 wins and a $300 million contract.
The move that we've made with our starting pitching, we brought in, Gausman. We brought in Gausman. We brought in Bassett. We brought in Barrios. We brought in Kikuchi. Okay. That's $70 million of our payroll. Okay. Ray and Stripling would have been more successful last year, just the two of them, over those four. Those two players making half the amount of money would have been more war than four players making twice as much. So my issues are, when we look at all of the moves that we've made, those moves that we're making now for these veteran pitchers, where Shapiro and Atkins are coming from an organization where we assume that these guys bring up young pitching talent, right? That's what Cleveland is. Young pitching talent every year, reinforcing themselves with young pitching talent. Okay. What we've done is spend big money on 30-year-old guys, and now we can't re-sign our youth, and we're in risk of not being able to re-sign our youth. So my issue is there, having a guy like Moreno, 6 years, who could, move Kirk. Okay. I don't care. Move Danny. But when you've got a guy 6 years like that, and you're already at the cap limit, and you've proven that you probably won't go beyond it, right? I'm just saying
YSF Memories is with you, Joel, by the way. He says, if it was Lourdes and Jansen for Varsho, I'm all for it. So you do have support.
Yeah, but are you going to put a championship team in the hands of a 22 and a 23-year-old catcher?
Joel, answer that.
No, I said Field Kirk.
Well, okay, yeah, okay. Fine, like you could trade Kirk, but like these you can't judge this deal based on your feelings for Gabriel Moreno. Like
I can base the deal on getting
okay, here's a prime example. The Boston Red Sox traded Mookie Betts for three guys that were going to be absolute fucking superstars. Man, Jeter Downs, he was going to be the man. He was a top 10 prospect. He was going to be amazing. They cut him this year. Alex Verdugo was the other big guy who has been dog shit the last 2 years. Like these,
I didn't like that trade one bit.
Yeah, but that's baseball. These deals happen. Like there's also deals that work out. Like we traded a really young first baseman stud and our starting shortstop for Alomar and Joe Carter. Like these, if you look back at it, we traded a Hall of Fame first baseman in that deal.
There's a great point being made.
That you're bringing back in aren't going to help your team win now, and that's what most fans want. Like, if the Jays win a World Series this year, and then Moreno goes on to be the greatest catcher of all time, I still am not going to give a shit because we have that ring.
Yeah. So Jesse Emerson in chat here.
Hold on, Joel. Let's let Scott jump in here, and then we'll jump on to the next topic, which does relate to this. But Scott, go ahead.
So Jesse Emerson in chat kind of hits the nail on the head here and says the other side also has to agree to the trade. You can't just pick Kirk because you want to send him. And who knows? Maybe the Jays actually did offer Kirk first. It's tough to tell. Sorry, go ahead, Joel.
I'm not saying trade Kirk for Varsho. I'm saying to me, I wouldn't even look at that deal. Okay, unless I'm bringing in Varsho to play as a catcher as well. Like that's like the guy's got utility ability there, right? Like to me, that wasn't and that's the galvanizing left-handed bat that we get. And Kiermaier, like I'm not even getting onto the fact that bringing in Kiermaier is pretty much saying that we made a mistake going big on Springer, you know? So it's just like, and all of these moves to me have where we're supposed to be a team that's rising, that had a 7-year window, a 10-year window, a massive window, a dynasty team, #1 projected team in baseball last year to 9th. Okay, the rest of Major League
projection
Baseball,
showed what that
everybody
meant,
who
right?
looks at the Blue Jays looked at Blue Jays last year as the best team in Major League Baseball. Now they look at them at 9th. Right.
By the way, everybody,
Those
you should have
9th.
seen. You should have seen Joel's text a week ago. He has calmed down substantially since then.
All right.
Yeah, this is a mellow Joel.